Looking for an innovative way to advertise your new film, comic book, or novel? Consider the Latino slant. Inquire now.
Just because I'm Mexican, it doesn't mean I need to work a stereotypical job. I'm gonna be a streamer.
Aquí estamos, porque acá fue donde nos puso la vida.
Guess who's back?
Welcome to the Latino Slant Live, where we keep it fuerte on our opinions on movies, music, art, cultura, y más. Bienvenidos. ¿Listos? Oh, you better be ready. It's Polly. It is Wednesday. It is a Wokosadas Wednesday. Did you like that intro? Oh yeah, I threw some things in there. Threw some things. You gotta be quick. Quick on a Wednesday. Here on the slant. Hope everyone is doing well. My name is Polly. If this is your first time here, because I know we have a lot of new people hanging out here at the slant, mi casa es su casa. My house is your house, and we're gonna have a lot of fun today. Before we bring in our special guest, let's say hello to people. JS, what up? Miguel Farah, D-Bud, he's coming. Gonzalo. Novella, what's up, Novella? Colt, that's hot. Will Smith, that's hot. Hail, what's up, Doug85? VA, and yes, everyone's favorite Mexican Iron Man is in the chat. Muchísimas gracias. Another member of the channel, deleted scenes. Darren Hughes, I think he's got a wrench now. I think Darren's got the sling and the yes, he does. Right on. Novella. All right. Dylan. What's up, Dylan? Olaf. Where's my good friend Olaf? Zax. Zach, I think Zax, are you Canadian but live here in the States? I think you've gone down a notch because my favorite Canadian is gonna be joining us right now. I think you would. Yeah. I've heard you say about a few times. Yeah, you're Canadian, bro. You're Canadian. What up? Cameron Vale is here. ¿Qué pasó, Cameron? Man, we got some cool. There's a couple of Luis. You guys need to follow Luis on Twitter. He is hilarious. Love that guy. CJC. I see CJC. What do you know? What do you do? What do you see? Where you go? Clobbering Times is here, everyone. He's gonna clobber you with his comedic knowledge, comic knowledge, expertise. Jesus, Paul, get a grip. Penny's here. Hola, Penny. All right, I said hello to all the early comers. Much love to all. Oh, what's up, Phil? My dude, do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor right now. If you're on Twitter, share the link. I put it on Twitter. Twinner. What's a twinner, Chato? What's a twinner? Twinner. Share it. Share the link right now. Also, to yeah, just share it. What I'm gonna do also with the mods, I will put links to what we're talking about. There's only two articles if you want to check it out. But we're really let's make sure we grab all of Paul Chato's links, Twitter and his YouTube page. I see Bonso, I see JS, Twitter. Yeah, I don't know, man. You got to understand, this is all off the cuff. We don't have scripts right now. This is live stuff. You're getting, and then I have some coffee. Got a good early crowd here. I love it. Okay. You happen to sell that shirt on the Latino Star? I'd love to get this one. No, are you talking about this shirt? No, this shirt I got at the Empire Strips Back burlesque show that I was at with Gary Nerdrotics, Chris Gore. And if you haven't already, guys, you need to see that Film Threat panel we did. That video is up on Film Threat. It is just incredible. I cannot tell you. And I'm glad. I wanted to say this before I bring in Yo Paulie. Before I bring in Paulie, I wanted to say this. You know, I know it's unreal, the grief of locos and trolls and whatever you want to call them, that Nerdrotics and that Star Wars girls gets. And I cannot tell you, by hanging out with them a couple times and breaking bread and having dinner and in the panel, what amazing people they are. They really are. And they have a huge love for the things that they talk about, for the things that they defend. So I just wanted to say that, but I'm sure you guys know that already. We got some wonderful people in the chat. Hola todos, hola. Let me make sure I'm not missing any membership. Okay, good. We're good right now. Okay, you guys know him. You guys love him. I love him. I think he's fantastic on his own channel, his own very creative videos. And also, too, you can catch him on Midnight's Edge. He is Paul Chato. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows.
What do you mean, no script? You sent me this script. You told me I have to follow this script.
And read.
So this is a one of the scripts that featured Rebecca. I have many sitcom scripts.
Why did you have to bring her up?
Well, I mean,
no. I'm glad you did. So
this is a script that features features Rebecca. What's one of her little speeches there?
Yeah.
Where are we here?
Of course, we're talking about the late Christy Alley. There's a picture of her I just put up, Mr. Chato.
Yes.
This is her in all denim from the 80s.
Yep, she was a looker.
Well, she had those sultry model looks, the voice.
Yeah, the voice was really
the eyes,
that smoky voice.
And then she had not only dramatic timing, but she was a good comic. Her timing was pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, the show did not suffer for the loss of what's her name?
¿Cómo se llama? Jesus. What's her name? Well, that shows you Christy Alley's talent. Yeah. Can someone in the chat remind us?
And then she went off and did not find a movie career, which sometimes happens. I think Shelley Long, yes, and she did some good movies, but I think she suffered the same fate as the guy who left MASH. He was the again the person's name I can't recall, and he went off to.
Well, he paid. Was it Hawkeye and the other one? He played the other guy, the other original, before Mike Farrell.
No, he was the head of the camp, McLean Stevenson.
Oh my
God, you're right.
McLean Stevenson
Oh
had a little
God,
bit
that
of
cast.
fat head and decided that. Of
Yes.
course, he was on the show for quite a few years.
Was
And
he?
then,
I thought he was on for only 1 year.
no. He was on for a good chunk, and then
Yes.
decided that he could do better. And then he went off and did this sitcom where he played a priest that died, and then he did another sitcom that also died, and then he kind of disappeared. But you know what? There's this notion that the grass is always greener on the other side,
Yeah.
and this was okay, but now you're going to become a big star. And the truth is, if you get that brass ring on that merry-go-round and you're an actor, just hold on to it. Shut up.
Yep.
And just go for it, because the chance of lightning striking twice is actually not high. But
no,
this is a business of egos, and you've got a lot of people who, once you become famous, surround you and stroke your ego. So you think you can do anything. So there's very few Michael J. Foxes out there. There's very few people who can strike that.
Well, going back to Kirsty, she had a career before and after, so it was kind of different. Like she already had a little bit of a name going into Cheers.
Yeah, but not well known. Her biggest thing after Cheers was the movie with Travolta about the talking baby.
Oh, those were huge, though.
Oh no, true.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying, you know what I mean? It's not like she just like Shelley Long. I don't know. I see your point.
And she did a movie with Tom Hanks about the house renovation, which was reasonably funny, actually.
The Money Pit.
Money Pit.
That was good.
That was a good movie.
She's got a great time. No, she's been in a lot of stuff. I mean, I get it, but she's no Kirstie Alley. Kirstie Alley was just a babe. She was just a babe.
Well, I mean, they're different, and again, like I said, Hollywood's a tough place, and
it is.
And if you've got some success, then just, that's my advice. Don't let it go to your head.
No, guys, any would-be actors that are listening, CHATO is not wrong. I think we're going to say that a lot in this hour. Romy is right in the middle of filming an independent film. She's the lead. And then from that, she's going to jump right into her reoccurring role on 911. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't hear anything for months, and then sometimes pop. So you got it. She's taking it. You can't say no to this. But if you got a great gig like that, yeah, you gotta run with it as long as you can. Going back to the McLean Stevenson, comparison that you made.
That's my thought.
Yeah. Tom's in the chat. It's good to have Tom in the chat.
Hey,
I'm a director.
Yeah. Tom sent me a very funny song. I was howling with laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I heard it early this morning. I was getting up. I can't say it.
Okay, don't say anything.
Don't say anything. Let's we have a couple super chats, and then I have a fun video for you guys, which we can talk about. Then we're going to get into our main subject here with the great Paul CHATO. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, my pleasure. I only go on shows with people whose name is Paul.
Well, wait a minute. Midnight's Edge, there's no Pauls on there.
I believe one of their middle name is Paul. They have promised me.
Okay, all right.
They assured me that one
good
of
enough.
Names.
Good enough. 60 people live in the chat. That is amazing. Smash the like, share the link. We're here. It is a Wokosadas Wednesday. Wokosadas are just woke. You can say woke garbage. You can say
hola amigos.
Stupid stuff. Here is our first chat of the afternoon from Mexican Iron Man 499. He's a member of the channel. Paul CHATO, better take back what he said about Wednesday Otherwise, I'm going to call him a meanie face maple syrup Canadian.
Well, he might have to. I mean, just listen to my reasoning there.
Okay.
Mexican
All right. Let's save it.
Man.
Let's save it. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We were already talking about a pre-show. And Colt Seaman for $9.99. I can't believe I just said that, but that's all right.
That's right. My brother used to go buy Colt Seaman because he raised horses.
I hear that in regards to that, as far as what is trending today, the word erection is trending on Twitter.
Yes, I saw that and I didn't click on it. I was afraid.
Oh my God. He says, I keep hearing that CHATO is from Canada, but all we know, Canada doesn't exist. But what does exist is his take on how the show Wednesday, which is on Netflix, just got my Netflix check. Oh yes, I'm shilling. Oh.
No, wow. Canada is actually the 51st state.
Oh, okay. I you know what? Freaking Tom. Tom in his comments, he said something on purpose. Anyways,
and you can't reveal it.
He basically said, I stroked my ego off camera, but I don't know if it was meant for me or for you because he didn't say Polly.
I don't know. Listen, at 68 years old, I need Viagra just to be able to stroke my ego.
Hi-oh.
That's as good as it's going to get there, Polly.
Yeah, there you go. I can't believe you're that age. You just, you're
thank you. You're very sweet.
You got it, sir. You got that youthful vigor.
It comes from having a positive attitude on life and humor. I mean, I've been writing humor all my life, and it's a great outlet. So,
well, that's good. So what we're going to do right now is we said hello to everybody in the chat. Now we're going to get to our first topic.
Awesome.
Which is, I don't know if you heard, but apparently there has never been anything ever before Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, I heard. That's true. She's absolutely right.
Breaking news, everyone.
Ooh, we need to see this.
So I made a video for you guys. So let's get to the video, and
Latino
we'll take it from there. Here we go.
I remember when I was doing Hunger Games, nobody had ever put a woman in the lead of an action movie because it wouldn't work. We were told girls and boys can both identify with a male lead, but boys cannot identify with a female lead.
Oh, absolutely.
And it just makes me so happy every single time I see a movie come out that just blows through every single one of those beliefs and proves that it is just a lie to keep certain people out of the movies, to keep certain people in the same positions that they've always been in, and it's just amazing to watch.
Si tú me sientes levantar, arranco la secretaria.
If I catch you on the street, I'm gonna kick the shit out of
you. Okay.
Oh my.
There you have it, guys. Jennifer Lawrence, in her not relaxed, seated position there for Variety, talks some major garbage about being the first ever with Viola Davis.
Oh, right, Viola Davis, right. Who I love as an actress. I mean, she is brilliant. They're both good.
We're not, listen. I mean, we're not talking about their acting chops right now. I'm talking about what this goober just said today. And Variety has already taken down their tweet where they quoted her.
Wow.
Yeah, they took it down. Someone clipped it. I think My Nerdy Home. I think she screenshot it, so it's up there. But I mean, does anyone not watch shit before 2010?
I think I know I know why she said what she said.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because generally women don't watch action movies. So whatever she grew up with, I bet you she never saw Aliens. It's just not her interest.
Really?
Her personal interest.
Her personal interest.
Yeah. So The Fifth Element, she would never watch a fucking sci-fi movie or something like that.
Fifth Element. None of the Resident Evil.
Yeah.
None of the Kate Beckinsale,
Yep.
Werewolf, whatever. None of that. She's too good for
because
that.
she doesn't care to see Kate Beckinsale in a absolutely freaking tight leather outfit, shooting guns, whereas there would be many other people who quite like that.
Wow.
She still looks good. I mean, she can still fit in those outfits because she's a tiny woman, though. But yeah, I think this is primarily because it's not her milieu, and she just didn't know it existed. It's a stupid thing to say. I mean, so shockingly stupid. What was the movie with Davis? That was fantastic. It had Samuel.
And I just picked
Heard
these
that
really
one.
quick. This
I mean,
Long
that
Kiss,
is
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah, that should have had a sequel.
One of the greatest action movies. You know, there's a female-led, perfect movie.
And it is so much better than that Gunpowder and Milkshakes piece of shit that was on Netflix.
Oh, I heard it was bad. I'm not even going to see it.
No, don't see it. Really, this movie is so much better.
Yeah, there's Kate with
that was a crime that movie did not get more play.
Yeah, that was a really good and it was her as the lead and Sam Jackson kicking ass with her.
Oh, and the dialogue between the two of them was just fantastic.
And here you got and these are all these productions were before 2011, 2012 that Hunger Games came out. So I made sure it was after the fact, because after the fact there's even more action films with female leads.
Right.
Even more. But here you have Terminator 2, you have Lara Croft, you have Resident Evil, all gorgeous women. I mean, Linda Hamilton, she's got a following. I wouldn't say kind of like the gorgeous as far as model like Mila, but you know what I mean.
Mila Jovovich is. So we have an agreement in our household that if Pierce Brosnan knocks on the door, Ramona can go off with him. And if Mila shows up and knocks on the door, I'm allowed to go off with her. So not that would happen, but at least we have that agreement between my wife and myself.
Right. I think, listen, here's the thing with that. Redheads, Romy, look out.
Yeah, no, and I think you have to be honest.
Christina Hendricks comes, knocks on the door. Yeah. Paul, come with me.
Yeah,
I'm gone.
Yeah, my other weakness is South Asian women with green eyes.
Ooh, wow, that's specific.
Yep, there's some just stunning actresses out there that I mean, I watched Bollywood with my daughter. She was a Bollywood dancer, so we.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, not to go down that rabbit hole, but I've watched Indian films now almost on the weekly, and some of those women are just, they're just incredibly, they're incredible to watch.
Yeah,
they're incredible to watch, I would say. So
there have not been any action women prior to Jennifer Lawrence.
No,
that
is
zero.
That's what Jennifer has said, and Viola Davis is, and Viola is like, not to age shame, but Viola, you're like, you've been around, girl, that there has been, and Viola's like, oh yes,
yeah, it's the girl power thing. They got to agree. It's sad when you don't know your own history.
Well, that's my thing. Is that does she not? She's so self. That was such a self-absorbed moment. That whole thing where she's just like sitting there, and we finally get people to be where they're at and not be told where they have to be. It's some bullshit.
Oh, the Metropolis scene where the robot turns into the woman and she does that dance in front of the man, and I mean, to me, that's kind of superhero-ish. That's an insane scene. Holy smokes.
Are you talking about that old silent film?
Yeah, the old Fritz Lang's Metropolis.
I mean, you could even argue, take out the music, Wizard of Oz is kind of action.
Yeah.
fantasy.
Yeah. No, she's heroic in that.
She's a total hero.
Yep.
I mean,
she defeats the witch, and
what the worst thing that she said was
Alice in Wonderland,
that men can't connect to female-led movies, and that's such BS, because whether they're drama, fantasy, we can go through film history last 100 years. You just started that, right? Gone with the Wind, whatever it is, right? We love that stuff because they're amazing stories, Paul.
But insofar, I think you have to be very specific in terms of the, we've been playing video games with heroic female characters in it for a long time. The video game industry cottoned onto it, but there's it has to be approached a certain way, and I mean, the women just have to be it, as opposed to being feminists. They just have to internally accept their role as heroes, and without any other baggage.
Well,
Rey, I didn't find heroic at all. I found Rey in Star Wars tiresome. I loved the actress. I felt very badly for her.
Well, yeah. Again, that is a black hole, my friend. I don't want to dip in there.
Because
let me just say, the thing with Indian cinema and the female leads, they're still sensual and beautiful, and they got the bow and arrow, or they're helping solve the mystery, solve the crime. It's a shame. It's a shame, and so hopefully some of that's gonna change. With I don't know, with hot chicks doing movies again.
I don't know.
But what I do know is
here's the deal. Women like hot chicks, and they don't want them looking like men, so to speak. And I mean, I don't know if I've told you this story, but when I had a shit ton of employees, about a third of my employees were lesbians. And I used to take the whole shop out to this expensive Italian restaurant once every couple of months, just to treat the staff. And it was right next to a modeling agency.
Okay.
And so the girls would be sitting on one side of the table. We would be eating outside at this really nice Italian restaurant. And then 3 stunning 6-foot models in slinky outfits would go into the door of the modeling studio. Right. And was it the guys who are going, wow, woohoo? No, it was the lesbians at the table going, fuck, look at her. Shit, man, she's hot.
Hey, facts.
And I was laughing. I'm sitting at the table howling with laughter. Whereas, so this notion that, the women have to look down market to be heroic and be covered in knives and leather straps and look like a guy. It's just not the case.
I'm with you, man. I think that's why Resident Evil movies with Mila are so successful. The Kate Beckinsale run she had was very successful. These are good looking women who can execute the lines, as campy as they were, and they always made money.
I can't remember which Aliens movie, but the girls in the shop took me to one of them, and it was kind of lesbian night in the theater. I didn't know they were kind of having me on. And when Sigourney Weaver got down to her underwear yet again, the entire cinema exploded.
Yeah.
They all went, yeah. So, I mean, how much more fun can that be, right? No.
That just that reminded me. That reminded me.
Good stuff. That's exciting. That, I mean, this whole nonsense that Hollywood is into is just, nonsense.
That reminded me also too of lesbian friends of mine who are different ages, older to maybe older to not Gen Zers. their love fascination with Sandra Bullock. They call her Sandy. They go to every Sandy movie.
Interesting.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? I didn't know that.
Absolutely. I'm down with that. But Jennifer Lawrence, you win the Wednesday Wokosada.
There you go.
There's nothing dumber than what you just said.
Like that was really
dumber. Do we want to play it again, or we want to move on?
We'll move on. Let's move on. Positive things to talk about.
Yes. We have a couple of super chats, and then a buddy of ours is here, which is really cool. First, though, Colt Seaman, $4.99. Jennifer Lawrence is the first woman to ever be in a movie. Nay, the first woman in existence. Everyone before was just cosplaying and tucking it in. Oh,
whoa.
Yeah.
Thank God for Jennifer Lawrence for bringing cinema to everyone's lives.
Oh, you know what? Let me just also say, I don't know if you caught this, guys, in the chat, but this video is also now up on my channel. The first thing she says is, Jennifer Lawrence to Viola Davis, but let's go back to you and Woman King. When I was doing Hunger Games, but it's not about me, it's about you. But when I did this role, when Joker, what a joker. Ministry of Wrong Thing for $4.99. In Jennifer's defense, Weinstein probably that opinion up her against other things. Thank you, Ministry.
There's a million other people that are hanging on to her that should have been able to convey that she's just wrong. Oh, how about the Netflix show that accompanied Jones? Oh gosh, the Marvel comedy series that
Jennifer Jones.
No, not Jennifer Jones. It was Jones. Not Jennifer.
Barnaby.
Jessica Jones.
Jessica, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Same shit. Jennifer Jessica.
And wow, that was the first season with David Tennant was
first season.
That was a tough watch. I went, holy smokes. She was both tough and broken at the same time.
Yep.
I mean, you talk about a really good
complex
superhero role.
Enlightening, well written. Not like your favorite She-Hulk.
No. Man, the Jessica Jones was absolutely fantastic. And her relationship with Luke Cage was hilarious. That was that first season of Jessica Jones.
I think I'm going to do a rewatch of that first season. I didn't see the second season, honestly.
I've been rewatching the Marvel Daredevil.
Okay. That's
good.
I'm rewatching Wednesday.
Yeah,
because I love it so much.
I should start that again.
Flaccid Phoenix is here for $1.99. Just came by to say hail the chat and Polly Stash.
Nice.
I do have an announcement to make about that.
Oh, it's coming off.
This stash is not coming off. It's going to get its own Instagram page. just because I love Mexican Iron Man so much. The bigote gets its own Instagram. Orale. Here, put you there first. And a friend of ours is in the chat, Rosa Para, whose article we're going to read from. Everyone say hello to Rosa. Michelle Yeoh, yes. And that's another thing is like we could have mentioned Michelle Yeoh, who's been a female lead.
Sorry, that was stupid of us.
Well, no. Well, I mean, it's just I was just dwindling it down. Okay, let's just do the American ones. We won't do the other countries. Again, speaks to her ignorance. But hello, Rosa. Good to see you here.
Hola, Rosa.
Hola, Rosa.
Hola,
okay.
Rosa.
Yes. So let us get your first take. Let's get your non-spoiler take on season 1, guys. Season 1 of Wednesday. Tim Burton executive produced. He directed half the season, starring Jenna Ortega. Paul.
So
what are your non-spoiler?
executive in charge of production hat
Do it.
on. I thought really good first season. They hit a lot of the right notes in terms of things that you look for as an exercise in creating something with a possibility. You have to understand that a television show starts off, I call it, as a drowning individual. And then as the series goes on, the audience throws that individual life preservers. And does each episode deserve those life preservers? So what are the things that would cause a show to not drown? Charismatic lead. Again, you take a look at Rings of Power. The lead is, she just doesn't cut it. So you could have a horrible show with a really good lead. So as an executive in charge of production, we're not looking for perfection. We're desperately looking for hope. And it can be anything. And if someone likes the lead and the writing is garbage and it becomes popular, we don't care about the technical exercise of making it good. We just care about it succeeding and making money for the network. So from that perspective, Ortega was fantastic. So she clearly could carry the show as a star. She definitely has star quality. She was well directed. She performed really, really well. Loved her roommate. And one of the things they did really well, which was a Tim Burton touch, is the variety of characters and sizes and shapes and how they were dressed. So they were all really distinct. So that means that the show has a chance for success. You see a lot of unbelievably woke shows where you can't really differentiate any of the people in it. The other thing they did really well, especially at the beginning, was when you're writing a drama and a comedy specifically, the lines have either got to advance character, advance plot, have a laugh, or ideally all three. If a line does not provide that, you change the line or you delete it. And so you watch the show again, you'll see that every single character has a very distinct approach to how they deliver the lines, and they get lines that are very specific and unique to them. So that's an important thing. So, full marks to the producers of that. They really did cover a lot of good, let's call it sitcom bases. So yeah, I thought overall the show deserves a second season.
Well, we'll talk about the second season in a minute in our discussion.
Spoiler free enough?
Spoiler free enough. Let me give you my takes on season one. Yes to the lead. An engaging lead, a charismatic lead who has that it factor. An audience is so forgiving on so many little things, because there was a lot of little things I was like, well, namely the parents I felt were miscast.
Yeah,
and we talked about this, right?
We'll
totally
talk
for
about
me
them.
Forgivable because they're barely in it.
Yeah, and I didn't want to bring it up because that wasn't the point of my initial salvo. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, well, for me, Jenna is like we said, we can't speak highly enough of her, and it forgives a lot of the kind of like for me the minor things I didn't like.
But that's
but
the
also
role
too
of the lead character,
right? But also too, that's a great. There's a lot of great characters in this.
Yeah,
I mean a lot, guys, from the school to the teachers, Christina Ricci, Gwendolyn Christie, to the town people. Fantastic setup. Even in that pilot, what a setup. The pilot was just like, here we lay our scene. And it, for me, it delivered the entire way. Let's also give props to the roommate character, Enid Sinclair. Really good role. Fantastic role. So yeah, and of course it's filmed great. It's shot great. Looks fantastic. Even a little, you know, it reminds you it's not totally, you know, just a YA thing with its, you know, with its gore and with the, you know, with its kind of like what am I getting at here with that, with the darker themes maybe.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's my initial take. You know, the thing with this, yeah. What happened?
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta keep
Go
talking.
ahead. So yeah, for me, going off of what Paul was saying, and I'm so happy everyone is here. We're having a great Wednesday. Thank you for hanging out here at the Slant. Jenna Ortega is a true talent. If you've seen her in X, in the movie X, and then in the movie Scream, she just stands out. She just stands out. And it's great to see her take a character on, such as Wednesday. And as we said before, when she was doing her interviews talking about Wednesday, she talked about the character, the legacy of the character. She gave props to Tim Burton, Christina Ricci, and then she talked about how this character is integrated as far as the Adams being Latino in such a way that was just so inviting and not like lecturing. It was wonderful, and it shows in the entire show. We're gonna bring up Rosa Parra's article now, and I was just really, you know, Rosa's been really killing it with her takes on a lot of stuff lately, especially Wakanda Forever, and then Are You Back?
Yeah,
great. This just came out. Rosa's reviews. Wednesday is representation done right. This is on the Daily Cella. We'll put it in the link in the chat. The link in the chat. She gives a really nice explanation of the show, where, what, ones, all that stuff. Before we go into spoilers, I want to talk about this paragraph in particular, Chato.
Yep.
I thought this was it right here. And is it showing? Cool. I'm gonna read some of this, and
Yeah,
please tell me, you know, hell, oh yeah, you know, pause whatever you want to say. Oh, I think actually, all right, I have I'll do apologies. I might have to I do have a dog client. I think they're here. You want to vamp for me for a minute?
What do you want me to talk about?
Why don't you do spoilers?
Sure, I can. No, we could do. You need to hear that. We need to argue about stuff.
Okay. Let me see. Well, I leave it to you. I got to go check on them.
I can talk about Gunpowder and milkshakes. If anyone saw it.
Sounds good. I'll be right back.
Anyone out there saw Netflix's Gunpowder and is it Gunpowder and Milkshake? Let me double check that. Gunpowder and Milkshake. Gunpowder and Milkshake. Yeah, it's Gunpowder and Milkshake. So it stars one of my favorite actresses, Karen Gillan, and she was in the Jumanji movies. Super attractive woman, very good actor. She's also the blue girl in Guardians of the Galaxy. Starts with N. Can't remember her name. Anyways, she's super talented, and the Netflix show is kind of a distaff version of it's a distaff version of John Wick, really. And it's highly stylized and a little bit too much, so much that it took me out of the video. And you know, I don't know. Certainly Gillen can pull off that kind of stuff, but the script wasn't very good, and it wasn't very interesting, and the acting, I think, was just too mad. And this is my opinion. So I mean, everyone has their own opinions on things, but again, sometimes you can get a bit too twee with the show. So that was my mini review of Gunpowder and Milkshakes. Just a little over directed. And again, when the lighting gets really fancy and everything looks like it's neon lit, and you can overdo something. I mean, John Wick, I think, has a very good balance of having that. Ian McShane's performance is just on the edge of being a bit too performy in it, but everybody was like doing Ian McShane, but way over the top in the show. So anyway, there you go. There's my stalling review.
I love it. We'll clip it.
Take it out.
Okay, so back here on the Rosa Para article,
welcome back,
and
Paul.
in regards to this particular part of her article, this is where she talks about. Let me see. Do I have the thing here? Okay, good. I was also looking forward to the representation aspect of this all, a Latino Wednesday Addams, but to me, the best type of representation is the one that goes unsaid. A depiction that feels normal, where the characters aren't constantly reminding us about their ethnicity, race, sex, etc. Not once is the term Latino mentioned in the show, but I know she is because of the music she listens to, how she communicates with her father, and her reference to Dia de los Muertos. Little details tell us about the complexities of Wednesday without necessarily singling out her out just to that party of her to that part of her identity. There's more to Wednesday than her ethnicity, and I wholeheartedly appreciate the show for depicting that. She's a writer, a detective, always a step ahead of everyone. She's straightforward, bold, socially awkward, and persistent. Chato, thoughts?
Yeah, that is exactly the way you do it. And if you want me to use an appropriate term, because these shows are directed towards an English audience. So let's be honest with that. The best representation of others, I call it ethnic spices. So they had the right amount of salsa. Miss Marvel, which the first episode was great, and then it devolved into nonsense. The first episode, you got to know her Pakistani family through food, their attitude. It was the exact right amount of, Pakistani spices without it going over the top. Again, it's for an English audience, and it worked really well, and that worked really well in this show. So I'm agreeing with Rosa. It's fun to learn about an ethnicity through their familial interactions, as opposed to waving a flag and protesting about something. So that's the fun way to do it, and it also works. The benefit of that is that you learn about the characters. So yeah, I mean, I think she was proudly Latino. I mean, that was great about it.
Yeah, I mean that's a good take. That I there's a couple things I have to say with that. Is one, U.S. Latinos speak English very well, right? So they got it right that you don't have to be an exotic export.
Correct.
She didn't need an accent and that would have been revolting.
No, that would have been horrible.
Right? But when she writes, she's listening to I believe Chavala Vargas, the song La Llorona, which, if you guys know, of course, La Llorona is about the wailing woman who just drowned her kids. I mean, that's what Wednesday Addams would be listening to.
Correct.
I love that. But then she's also an American kid, so when she goes to that dance, she's dancing goth. I mean, that was just stunning. That dance was
great.
Stunning. There's two other, and my hat's off to Rosa in her review. We put the link there in the chat. My hat's off to you, girl. Great job. There's two, and I'm gonna take this off now. There's two moments that I really loved that were, again, so slight, so nuanced. We don't do that anymore. They just hammer the shit out of you with, this is my ethnicity. This is who I represent. Okay. Hollywood, this is how, if you're going to do it, this is how you do it. This is a blueprint. Like Top Gun's a blueprint. This is a blueprint for representing. There's two very subtle things that she says. One was the connection between her and her mom. And at one point, and let's put spoilers up. Because now we're talking. At one point, and this is in the first episode, Catherine Zeta-Jones gives her an amulet connection. Wear it. You know, you can. It's obsidian from one of our Aztec priests, ancestors, and you can call upon the spirits. And she Wednesday kind of like laughed it off, but it proved to be very, very powerful and important in the final episode. And I was like, that's badass. You know, because any kind of like Mexican American or Chicano that's done any kind of research on their lineage knows how important anything obsidian is. Obsidian blade, obsidian, jaguars, all that stuff. I'm like, oh man, that's so cool. But it's in the story, and it really connects with the mom and with the mother and the daughter.
I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, I don't know if Rosa caught that, but I did. She caught the La Llorona, and then she talked about Day of the Dead. Mm-hmm. There's a moment in, I believe, episode 6 or 7 where they discover a creepy altar. Wednesday kind of chuckles it off. She's like, well, we have this in our living room all year long for our Dia de los Muertos. And I'm like, yes, I have my Day of the Dead altar here all year long. Fuck yeah. That was just cool, man. That was just cool. So I appreciated those little nuggets, but it was as if.
I mean, nobody in real life discusses their ethnicity constantly. It's like, it just doesn't happen. You've got other more important things to do, like earn a living, live, get fruit juice on the corner. I mean, there's just so many other things that are more important. But I mean, people come here and I serve circa paprikash and they go, whoa, look at that's Hungarian. Yeah. So that's part of my culture.
Paprikash. Yeah. Well, you said something very important. Food, right? Always these common denominators. Food, food, music, language. And those were little nuggets that the writers put in their vision of this kind of like half Adams, half Latino family. It worked. I thought it was cool as shit, and it definitely didn't hammer over the head, and it's that type of presentation. We're in, Paul. Now, how are we presented? Are we Wednesday? Or is it like this? And I have to tell you guys, on that representation tip, which is such a divisive thing nowadays, it's presented in the best way. Kudos to them. But yes, now let's talk a little more spoilers, Paul. Tell me, what was your problems with the final episode? Because I know you weren't happy with it.
Sure. Now I do want to mention that Pugsley, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, Isaac Ordonez, mm-hmm. another Latino. So I mean, the entire family. I guess Catherine Zeta-Jones is considered a Latin British performer.
No. So if
we're
talking about the actors, Catherine is Welsh.
But I mean, does she have her name? Catherine Zeta-Jones. That's not a Latin name?
I don't think it's connect. It may be Spanish.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But anyway. She's always gotten a pass because she was great in Zorro. What can I say? she was hot. But Luis Guzman, Afro Latino, then you have the kids. I mean, I can't think of more diverse within the family.
No, absolutely. Casting. So anyway, this was I think it was great to I think the producers did try to pull together a Latino family in total. Yes, she's Welsh from Wales. Yes, from the Greek. Okay, the Zeta name. Okay,
yeah,
this is what I want. Showing my ignorance. Thank you for
Same
the
here.
connection out there. So, I had a problem with the last episode.
Okay.
There's lots to say about the show. I love the fact that Wednesday got so many things wrong along the way, and she was absolutely convinced. So she wasn't a Mary Sue. She was actually more wrong than right. Now, she was good at digging things up, but her conclusions were hasty and often wrong. And that was kind of a nice twist, because you don't really see that often. But and so the show, the way they've constructed it, ended up as what I call a combination of the Addams Family juxtaposition humor, where there's jokes about death and things and maiming, where Wednesday goes, yeah, that's cool. I really like that. Like it's a typical Addams Family kind style of joke. Then there's the Hogwarts angle, which was pretty obvious. The school that they went to, they had all these people. There were different magical skills, creature skills, and I thought that was brilliant in the sense that I think those of us who liked Harry Potter, we want to get back there. And I'm sure the Harry Potter people must have went, oh crap, they beat us to it, because it was really nice to relive that kind of a private school experience. So, one could say they stole it, but on the other hand, you could say, well, the Harry Potter people should have, created some sequels and kept us in that milieu. So I really appreciated that. Was fun. And then the third part was the show had a grim feeling. Now, grim as in the NBC show Grimm, Grimm, which was a creature show, which was fantastic. Absolutely loved Grimm. Saw every single episode with my wife. It was so funny, and all the Blutbouts and the German names for all the creatures was fun. And so the show was sort of chugging along on that level, and you had that creature that was slashing people to death and causing all sorts of mayhem. And then the final episode, which everyone said this is where it was heading, and I kind of agree. I mean, they had the book with the pilgrim in it who was attacking this young thing that looked like Wednesday in the apocryphal picture. But so they rose from the dead, Crookshank or whatever the guy's name was, Crookstock or whatever, the evil pilgrim, Crickstone, yes, the evil pilgrim who, tried to get rid of all the other people, and he got killed off by Wednesday's relative named Goody. And so then of course, the bad person turned out to be the Christina Ricci character in the bad wig. I hated that wig. Drove me up the bloody wall.
Oh, I didn't mind it at all.
I hated it. It was crooked. It just drove me nuts. Anyway, that's just an aesthetic thing.
That is an aesthetic thing. But go on, sir.
And so she rose Crickshanky, whatever guy, from the dead in this weird Ghostbustery bullshit kind of thing. And then he suddenly became the antagonist at the very end, and poor Wednesday had to do physical battle with him. Of course, it was introduced that she was pretty good with the sword, but we knew the black girl, whose name I can't remember, was better than her. And I just turned to my wife. Yeah, the black girl's going to come from behind and stab him through the heart. And yeah, that's
Joy Sunday, the actress.
She was beautiful. I mean, talk about a beautiful woman. Actress. She was stunning. And then if you're going to, okay, so let me finish off. So then they dispensed with him in kind of a stupid, unconvincing way. And honestly, the moment he was brought back to life, my wife and I looked at each other and said, the show's jumped the shark. Like, that's it, done. Like, this was, we know it took us right out of the series. We absolutely hated that. I called it the Ghostbusters moment. And and then when he was dealt with, then Christina Ricci came in with a gun and was pointing it at Wednesday, and then the bee boy, the bee herding boy, beekeeping boy came in and sent his bees after her and got her to fall down, and she was captured and blah blah blah. So writing 101 is that your hero, your protagonist, has to be the person who solves and deals with the problem in a way, in their, in a clever and interesting way. Not that they can't get help, but to have Wednesday taken out of commission and having Bee Boy come in and then send his swarm of bees to attack Christina Ricci, who then falls to the ground, and then they capture her, was like the most horrible ending that you could possibly write. You want Wednesday to win out at the end, and how you do it, that's up to the writers to come up with something really, really clever. But it just takes you right out of it. It was just made it uninteresting for me, from the resurrection of that pilgrim guy, and suddenly he was the bad guy of the day when it should have been Christina Ricci. So it would have been believable if, let's say, she imbued herself with the spirit of Crookshank. I can never remember the name. What was it? Whatever. If she imbued herself with his powers, and then she went in there and did all that shit herself, then that would have made way more sense. But instead, they had the bad guy of the moment come in, and Deus Ex Machina bad guy, and it just took us out of it. That's the ending was a shambles, but there's good parts to it. So, for instance, her girlfriend, Edina, no, what's her name?
Enid St. Clair.
Enid wolfs out finally, and of course, when she wolfs out, she's going to save Wednesday from the big monster, which was the Hide, which was great. I mean, you expected that and you wanted to see it, and that was really done. So it's not like there were parts of it that weren't really done well, but I hated the resurrection of that guy, hated the fact that Wednesday did not finish off. Finish things off.
I got it. You're wrong, but I appreciate your opinion.
No, I'm not wrong. I know how to write.
Yeah, you listen. If first of all, this is season 1 of hopefully many. So
they jumped the shark. Where you're gonna she got brought back to life.
CHATO,
Death means nothing. Death
what do you think you are? You think you're on Midnight's Edge? This is Latino slant.
No, she got stabbed and she got brought back to life. So death isn't meaningful in the show. That was shit.
It was a connection to her mother, and her mother helped save her life because the mother probably knows about.
So do it in season 3.
That was fantastic.
Do it in season 3. Moment. They jumped the shark. That was bullshit.
They did not. But listen, you when I say you're wrong, because you couldn't have her save the day, because it was all about Wednesday being such a socially awkward, just did it herself, did everything for herself. And the whole thing was that she didn't at the end. All her friends came to her aid.
Right.
Enid, the Thing, Homeboy, the
bee boy,
the bee nerd. Those guys were great. What is your
but
problem, CHATO?
It could have been
you
handled
got everyone
differently.
Involved. Even had the siren
you
helping
don't
out, saving everybody.
You don't have.
She could not have done it all by herself, dude. If she
did
it all
I'm
by
not
herself,
saying that.
it would have been a Mary Sue Mamada.
No, I'm not saying that she does it by herself. But you can't knock her out, have her off to the side, and have the beekeeper boy save the day. You cannot do that.
Listen. It was established that beekeeper boy, who I freaking loved.
I loved him too.
Was I mean, he had Wednesday's back.
Right,
man. This kid was loyal to the bone, so much that he got out of bed, of his hospital bed, and no, that's my girl. I'm gonna go. It's hive code. Of course it made sense. CHATO.
Okay, here's the parallel.
Parallel. Get on out of here.
Luke is in the tunnel trying to shoot his charge to blow up the Death Star. He's going to get his ass kicked by Darth Vader, who's coming up his ass, and and Han Solo comes in, takes out Darth Vader, so Luke can finish it off. That's exactly how this should have gone. Beekeeper Boy distracts or helps or does something that then lets Wednesday win the day. That's my point.
Is that it's a TV show, so they're probably thinking of the next season. Like,
that's fine. That's
continuing,
fine. Right? That's
even with her boyfriend, the homeboy. What's his name?
The guy with the long hair?
No, the other guy, the guy who turned out to be bad.
Yeah, that's right.
He was great.
It was wonderful.
Hunter Doohan, the actor.
Okay.
He was in he played Bryan Cranston's son in Your Honor. Oh, okay. Fantastic. First season. I don't know if you've seen it. Go check it out.
Excellent portrayal by that actor.
All the actors got. Well, no, hold on. No, not all the actors. We're gonna get to that in a minute. That's not a fair comparison, Chato, because it's Star Wars. Like, he didn't even know.
No, that's just the lighting.
Let me finish. He did not even know. Lucas didn't even know if he was going to get another movie. This is a definitive, clear-cut ending. Good guys, bad guys. Boom. That's it. Death Star done.
Yeah.
This is different, brother.
But what's the difference between I'm telling you that I could have written that scene with B-Boy and still had Wednesday win the day, and it would have been much more satisfying.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying. It's just wrong.
I thought. Listen, I didn't have a problem with it.
Okay, no, that's fine, and I'm not going to argue with that. I'm glad people liked it. There's lots of people who liked it.
Oh, lots of people love it. They didn't like it.
But I also got a ton of people who agreed with me. It's 50-50 actually, based on my video.
I love it to death, Chato.
It's just bad, right? It's not a good ending.
Well, okay, let's get to that, righty, because what I really appreciated throughout the whole season is that they kept having you guessing who the bad guy was.
Yeah, I thought
they did that really well.
Yeah,
I even thought for a second it was B-Nerd, because like, oh, he's gonna come up with some reason why he knows so much about, bee honey. Honey's a protecting against, they can't. It's kind of like, hiding the dark side. That would have been dope.
Maybe you can answer this one. The only thing that I didn't have I didn't quite get and understand is the psychiatrist who gave B-Nerd the same pink roses that were in the home of Crookshank. Like, and so I asked my wife, did Christina Ricci's character give her the flowers to hand to B-Nerd, so to throw people off? So that I went, oh, the room in Crookshank's place. It's not Crookshank, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm sorry.
Just say Pilgrim
Man, old Pilgrim Man, and so that made me think that the psychiatrist is the girl who faked her death.
Listen, it had me. I can't answer that. I'd have to.
Oh no, I'm just asking. Yeah.
No, I know. I'm now watching it again, and even with the first pilot, I saw so many things with the first episode. So many things that they bring back, and thinking about it, it had to have been Christine. And guys, we're in full spoilers now. It had to have been Ricci, because she's not going to take just a lame role. Like, she's going to have.
Well, from an actress point of view, that was bad casting, because the first thing you think of is it's Christina Ricci.
What do you mean it's bad casting?
Because you knew it was going to be Christina Ricci just because they cast Christina Ricci.
Okay,
I knew that she was going to be the bad girl.
Chato, and that's okay that you're wrong and I'm right, but that's why we're here on the Latino Slam.
But both my wife and I guessed Christina Ricci was the missing woman.
And I usually pride myself with Romy. I usually guess things before, but I was on my own on this one and I failed miserably.
Well, that's fine. We failed with other things. We thought actually the one of the bad characters was going to be the psychiatrist, but so we were wrong about that.
But that's Burton. The way he photography, like the camera and the way he makes these people's faces look just so like, alien like. I always loved that about Burton.
But the girl in the picture who apparently had died looked more like the psychiatrist did not look like Christina Ricci at all. That was a bit of a cheat. The blonde girl in the picture. They had a family picture.
Yeah. And again, they showed that picture of a young Morticia in the fencing in episode 1. So I'm like, I'm rewatching it all because I feel it. I'm getting that there's a lot more there, And listen, it's a huge hit. Obviously.
And I'm thrilled. Look at this is not picking over the corpse of a terrible show like She-Hulk.
Right. Let's make that really clear, guys.
This is a really fun show. I would recommend it to anybody. I just hated the last episode.
Okay, so that being said, right? Let's talk about for me, the major problem was the actual Addams family, not the kid, but obviously Morticia and Gomez and even Uncle Fester. What are your thoughts on them?
I felt badly for Luis Guzman because his diction was terrible, and I couldn't understand what he was saying. I really love him as an actor. I think he looked the part, but they should have ADR'd another voice in. He sounded clumsy. I didn't like it. It really was a tough to have him in the scenes.
You had said something about Gomez's language. It was a language of lovers.
Yes.
Cara mia,
he was a poet.
They speak French to each other. They speak Spanish, which made it's so unfair to compare Raul Julia to Guzman because Raul Julia is an actual Shakespearean trained actor. And you could tell. And you're so right. His language should be so poetic that Morticia just melts. And never once did I buy that Latin lover from him.
No, I didn't either.
What I did buy was his little cariñosos, his little endearments to Wednesday. Oh, my little death trap.
Yeah, I didn't mind that at all.
Yeah,
I didn't mind that at all. But he was not articulate. He needed to be extremely articulate, be able to, talk Chaucer at the drop of a hat. He knows what makes Morticia melt, and I couldn't see Guzman melting Morticia.
And what was your problem with
Zeta Jones?
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was. I thought she was a bit old for the part. I thought she was serviceable. I thought it was interesting that she was acting the role and I appreciated that towards the end. Her role, she wasn't quirky. I thought who was the one who was with Julia, the actress?
Oh, Angelica Houston.
She had the acting chops and the quirkiness at the same time.
Yeah, and she had an oddity to her. She had an oddity.
And I didn't mind the realness of Catherine. I didn't mind that. I thought, okay, this is a real mother-daughter spat that quite possibly that no one else really could have pulled off. So I'm back and forth only because they made it very dramatic between Morticia and Wednesday, and Catherine pulled that off. So it was a very different experience.
I would have to agree. I think they had their moments of shine.
Yeah, I agree
with Catherine and Jenna. I think they gelled more than unfortunately the parents gelled with each other, and you can't have that with these people. That's the thing, or else you don't buy that she's with not someone statuesque as she. That's the whole thing of it, is that I actually like the younger Gomez Addams in this. He looked great,
and his wife and Morticia. They were, I hate to say it, both better.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I really like them, and they were in it enough as far as flashback scenes, guys. So again, more spoilers. And thanks all for being here. I mean, this is amazing. We're like 60 to 70 people live in the chat on a Wednesday. We really appreciate you all for being here. Make sure I subscribe to Paul CHATO, and then also to the Latino Slant. So yeah, as one of my dogs complains,
that's okay.
It's okay, Archie. He can't see too well, so we feel you. He's an old man. We feel you. Okay, so Katie Seagal as Morticia. She's fantastic, but maybe a little too old.
I think so.
You know who would have been fantastic? Christina Hendricks.
Jennifer Lawrence.
No. Get out of here.
Hey, as a comedy writer, you have to write callbacks. That's called a callback.
I don't know, man.
That's a callback. It's a joke.
I want to see someone voluptuous. Rubenesque.
Yeah,
as Morticia. Christina Hendricks. Give me someone with lots and lots of curvas. But that's just me. So glad everyone is here. We're about to wrap up our time with Chato, and with the stream. But let's get Chato's season 2. What would he do as a TV exec? Because obviously this has to get a green light.
Well, I am concerned with how big the final episode was, because it just makes it more difficult for season 2. That's another problem. From an executive point of view, it would have been nice to end it like a Grimm episode where they find out. It would have been enough for me to find out who was the person who was hypnotizing, or the master of the Hyde. That's where we were heading, right? We didn't need this complete destruction of the school. It was just like, where do you go? It was a Thanos moment. Okay. That's an executive in charge of production issue. On the other hand, you're going, so many shows are canceled after the first season that people panic. Right. So we better fire off every single gun that we got.
Yeah. Because maybe they're thinking, yeah, you're right.
So it's a tough decision. So I respect, it's really easy to say, well, it could have been written better and blah, blah, blah. But also as someone who's working on the show, you're going, God damn it, we need a second season. We better blow up every single bit of gunpowder that we've got. Second season.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. So second season, obviously, you're probably going to be doing more mysteries. How are they going to structure those mysteries and make them interesting again? That's always the most difficult thing, because mystery shows can get boring very, very easily. Are they going to continue the conceit that she keeps accusing everybody and she's wrong most of the time? Is that now going to make us, are we sick of that? Do we get it? Do we use that shtick at least for one more season before completely stopping that? Now, one of the things that an audience likes is repetition. They want to see the same thing over and over again. If you take a look at a sitcom like House, it was a disease of the week. One of the things they did really well in this show was they had some minor mysteries that got wrapped up. So for instance, the principal, we found out that she was a shapeshifter, and what she did to protect the school, that was a mini mystery that was wound up. So we weren't just dealing with one big long mystery that we had to solve. That is one of the things. So I'm giving the writers a ton of credit in this show for doing a lot of those small things, which I'm not seeing in anybody else's shows.
Right. These are really good notes.
Yeah. So they had many small mysteries that were solved along the way. So we felt satisfied. This is one of the things that Rings of Power didn't do. We're just waiting every episode, get her to the South Hills or whatever to attack the things or whatever. You need a B plot that can be tied up to keep your interests. So every show. So that's a mechanical affair. People say, oh, that's just too textbook. But I mean, people liked House. House was one of the most popular shows. It's called a procedural. Look at NCIS. It's the same goddamn show every single week.
Right.
But that's what people want. It's comfort food. They want to get into the zone. They want to get into a rhythm. So, what's the rhythm of the show? The rhythm is that she solves crime. What's going to be the crime? It's kind of a drag that the principal is not going to be there.
That was one thing another big spoiler, guys, is that the Gwendolyn Christie character is
6'3" Gwendolyn Christie is not
I don't
going to
know
be
why
there.
I love her so much. I think she's fantastic.
She was great. And what are they going to do? Now, the one good thing about killing her is that there's consequences. So that's a good thing.
That's good.
That they're willing to kill a character that you like.
Yes, that is good. There's a lot, and I even thought they killed a B nerd for a second, and not Beaner, guys, B nerd.
B nerd. Yeah.
I thought he was dead for a second. I mean, they had a couple of deaths in this. It's pretty cool.
And, well, even you kind of had almost a death of Wednesday. You know what? She's so freaking tiny that when they stabbed her, I thought it was horrific. Like, it would. I didn't like her getting stabbed.
Yeah, I did. You didn't like it. You didn't like it because by then you really were. Again, you're really into Jenna's performance.
She's not Jenna. She's not Carano.
What do you mean?
Like, that's a tough frickin' woman. What's her name? Carano.
Gina Carano. Yeah.
Like, Gina Carano. Yeah. She's not Gina Carano. You stab Gina Carano and then she's like, hit you in the head. Yeah, fucking stab me again. Go on, do it again. I don't care.
I'm Cara, dude. I'll kill you.
But
come to mama. Come to mama.
But Wednesday is so teeny. I hated it. It felt horrific to me. And my wife too.
That's a good note. Yeah. Because you forget that she, that Wednesday is very young.
Yeah.
No, it was you're right. It was
but the other stuff we disagree with, and that's fine. I mean, I don't mind. So where do you go now? So it's going to be a mystery solving show. It's going to become Scooby-Doo, and how they're going to do it and what mysteries they're going to come up with at the school. Who's going to be the new headmistress? Maybe Gwendolyn comes back as a zombie. That would fit the mold of the show.
Zombies would be cool.
Yeah, so she would be a zombie. So what's the next mystery? Anyway, there you go. I can hardly wait for season 2.
Yes, and it's nice to wrap this up with you because a few months ago we analyzed Jenna's interview and talk on her character, and it showed in this.
Yeah, it did.
Again, Hollywood marketing people, please pay attention to how they did all their marketing for this because it was perfect.
I'm so glad Jenna talked about being the first female character to solve crime.
Ay, Dios.
And if you watch this again, they actually used subtext in a lot of places here. So I was really
brief definition for my people.
Subtext
what is subtext?
Subtext is what you're feeling and thinking but not saying. So you would write in a script. Wednesday does not want to reveal that she's actually having positive feelings with Enid.
Oh, so good.
So
good.
So then she's aggressively nasty. But the subtext is she's actually bonding with Enid. Yeah, but she will never say it.
That's great. And I gotta tell you, man, this is why I just disagree on this last episode.
That's okay.
All of those relationships worked.
Yes.
Throughout, and they're there for Wednesday. Enid, Bean Nerd, the Siren. It's now her tribe. What's your problem, man? That was fantastic.
I loved the Bean Nerd. I loved the Siren.
Yeah, what a great character. Nice arc. Nice.
Arc. And with her mother, that's going to be a neat season.
That is going to be good.
Oh, nasty.
What if she comes back as a principal? Ooh.
Who? The mom.
Why not?
No, she's involved in that cult that she's losing her powers in.
I'm just saying.
That's pretty neat.
Listen, they've had it. It's so funny because I recently saw Harry Potter Deathly Shallows, part 2. The final one, part 2. I just love that movie so much. And then to watch this, I was like, oh man, this is kind of cool, but it's its own. Yep. And you're right. Like, why did they destroy it right in the first season? But
anyways, there you go. I love. I mean, happy to disagree with anyone. It's just my thoughts on it.
It would have been something else if we were disagreeing on like Rings of Power is fucking great. What are you talking about, Paul?
That's a different disagreement.
Yeah, that is just that's Jennifer Lawrence.
There you go, Jennifer Lawrence. Thank you very much for having me on.
Yeah, what's the next thing you got going on?
I'm trying to, I've got yet another Hollywood woke video coming maybe tomorrow, if I can get the editing. And other than that, just living life, having fun, building websites, for my web business. We're too busy. Christmas is coming and people are calling for websites and we're saying no. So, and my business partner is rooting for Brazil. So I need for the World Cup. So I need everybody there to send vibes to Brazil to win the World Cup, or he'll never talk to me.
Well, I'm like, hopefully I'm good either way, because Romy's Portuguese and Brazilian, so I was like, all right,
there you go.
Win it. Jeez, please.
Yeah, just don't put Ronaldo on. Portugal is much better without Ronaldo.
And then we go back Christmas Day to her Portuguese family in the East Coast. So man, nice. I'm like, come on, somebody win. All right, everyone, I'm gonna let you go, Mr. Chato. Again,
Ollie, a pleasure. That was great. It was really fun.
Listen, in a couple weeks, having our Christmas party, our 3rd annual Christmas concert. You are invited, my friend.
I would like to come down in person.
Well, I mean, listen, I have musicians from all over the country performing Christmas and Spanish songs.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad y Prospero Año, everybody. Paulie, I'm going to let you go talk to the chat. I'm going to talk to the chat for a minute. Okay.
So
be well, my friend.
I'm heading out. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for having me.
Woo! Wasn't that amazing, guys? Fantastic. And you guys are just brilliant. If you guys, we had such a big crowd. You guys are here still hanging out. Let me tell you guys a few things before I head on out. Give me a thumbs up if this is your first time hanging out with us in the chat. Also, too, I think I have a couple of. Oh yeah, I have a couple of super chats, and I have a membership. Give me that thumbs up if this is your first time hanging out with us in the chat. Really fast, Gonzalo Bergali member here at Latino level. Doggy wants a piece of Paul for his take. Come on. This is Raven Pride's first time. Hey, Raven. Moons of Madness. Juby. Hey, I love it, man. I love it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you have your alerts on as well. We have 2 super chats, and then I want to let you guys know of 2 live streams we're doing in the next couple of weeks. Does this dress make my ass look big? For $10. Thank you. Hey, Paulies. Have you seen the original The Bridge? Braun Brown 2011 series. Amazing performance by Sophia Helen, lead actress, season 1, part of Prime. 2 remakes, US and the UK, The Tunnel. Well, Chato has left. Here's the thing. Does my dress? Thank you for the super chat. Andre is talking about this show, and the US version. I want to see. I probably should see them all, but the US version won a Peabody, and it had a Demian Bichir as the one of the leads, and Romy was on the show. She acted on the show, so I really need to see. I've seen her scenes. I just haven't seen the whole show. Thank you for the $10. We're going to play some videos in a minute for you as well. Ministry of Wrong Thing, $4.99. They prepping for the sequel, Ash Wednesday, where Wednesday goes to Catholic school to hunt down a bee-napper and save B-boy. I like that. Ash Wednesday. I like that. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to, kind of dig into more of like, that whole kind of like, spiritual element of Wednesday and Morticia. That would be dope. That would be dope. And did I? I don't think I read one from you. Let me play a couple of videos and I will be right back. Check that out.
Como cuando tu esposa te dice, lava los trastes. No voy a lavar ni madre. Nada voy a lavar. Eso no es cosa de hombres, es cosa de viejas. Yo no voy a lavar nada, nada. Lávalos tú. ¿Eh? Nada, un TikTok. Un TikTok que está ahorita.
¿De qué? Okay.
No, ya lo voy a borrar porque nada, está bien chafa, ni me gustó. Sí, no, déjamelo. Sí, de hecho, estaba poniendo música para ponerme a lavarlo, ¿sabes? Okay. ¿No sabes dónde está la esponja?
YouTube unsubscribed me? Oh, that's BS. Sorry about that. You know what? Here's the thing, Olaf. I don't know. I don't know where it's at. So give me a second. I'm gonna look it up on the back end. That didn't sound right. Of our YouTube studio. But while we're talking, while I'm doing that, this Saturday, let me talk about 2 live streams we're doing. Mark your calendars. This Saturday, guys, we're gonna have TV Struggles is coming back. TV Struggles reviews. Also 2 Lorena Crio and Cancel Dante. Cancel Dante was on that panel with me. We're gonna have him, Struggles TV, Lorena Crio. We're gonna put the final nail on the Namor coffin that is that movie, and we're gonna strike it down. Let me see here. Olaf. Oh yeah, for 2. Well, how did I miss this? Olaf Van Ness for €2. Paul, she may be as bright as Melissa Milano on Twitter. Oh my God. Got it, man. I got it. Thank you so much. He did. That was a heartbreaker. And he already had such a great career. I need to do a video on his career, of all the wonderful performances that he did and how he revolutionized New York theater as well. So thank you for that, Romina. It's good to see you. Okay, so that is this Saturday. So make sure you have 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Then on the 21st, we're going to have our 3rd annual Christmas concert. We're going to have, right now, I got 2 live acts. They're going to perform songs in English and in Spanish, Christmas songs. Also, too, I'm going to invite all our friends. We're going to come and hang out. That is on the 21st. And of course, we're going to have new videos and all that good stuff. So check out, the best way that you can stay connected is have your alerts on. I saw that someone here in the chat had their alerts on, so it worked. It does work. Okay. I think that is it, my good friends. Thank you to all our members, Shanatsky, Gonzalo. Pops is here. What's up, Pops? Good to see you. Raven Pride, all the new people. Raven Pride. I always love having new people in here. Deleted scenes. ¿Qué más? 52 movies a year. Very cool. Juby. Thank you. We will. All right, my friends, that is it. I do have to get ready for some work in person. I got coming up right now. Got some clients. We're gonna do some martial arts training right now, and it's just great to have all you guys here. Ghost Rider, hey Ghost Rider, what's up? How you doing? You're a member of the channel. I did not know that. Well, muchísimas gracias, Ghost, and all the new people here. What's up, Willie? Gerwalk? Raven? Let me bring up our closing credits, and this is old, so you have to forgive me. This is not updated. It will be updated very soon, and we will have a membership stream as well very soon. Oh, that's right. That's I knew there was something. I'm gonna post it. I already did post it, but we're gonna have a membership Christmas giveaway. I already have I have little gifts here. And what we'll do with the members is you come on or you answer trivia questions in the chat and you guys win a gift. Very simple. That's probably going to happen next week, guys. That's going to happen pretty quickly. All right, everybody. Much love to everyone in the chat. Here you go. Thank you, Paul Chato.
Do you care? Do you hear me? Do you care? My lips are moving and the sound's coming out. The words are coming out, but I have my doubts that you realize what's been said. Look at me as if you're in a daze. It's like the feeling at
Yeah, I gotta get that meme. I'll get it.
you realize you don't know what you just read. What a waste for.
Great job, everybody.
Listen anymore.
Sit up there. Much love.
Listen what a words for. No one listens, there's no use talking at all. Might as well go up and talk to a wall, 'cause all the words are having no effect at all. It's a funny thing. Am I all alone? Something has to happen to change the direction of the
Good point, Romeo. Huge number. Congratulations to everyone.